If you've ever bought matcha and ended up with a bitter, dull, green mess, stay with this video, because today's list will save you a lot of money and disappointment. In this video, we're counting down 7 of the best matcha powders you can buy right now. From decent budget-friendly options all the way up to truly premium ceremonial matcha that tastes like it came straight out of a Japanese tea house. You'll learn which ones are better for lattes, which actually taste good on their own, what to look for in color and texture, and a few sneaky drawbacks that most people only discover after they've already bought the tin. Number 7. Jiuyu Organic Matcha Green Tea Powder. The Jiuyu Matcha Green Tea Powder, a first-harvest ceremonial-grade matcha that looks very promising on paper. It's shade-grown, stone-milled, and marketed as 100% USDA organic, which already puts it ahead of a lot of cheap culinary matcha that tastes like grass and chalk. When opening the bag, the color is reasonably vibrant, more of a medium jade rather than that neon electric green you see in ultra-premium Japanese tins, but still bright enough to signal decent quality. The aroma leans slightly on the seaweed fresh side, with that oceanic umami note that ceremonial matcha lovers usually enjoy. Whisked traditionally with a bamboo chasen, Jiuyu froths up with a decent foam layer, though it isn't the thickest crema in this lineup. In straight Yusucha form, just matcha and water, the texture is fairly smooth, but it does reveal a bit of graininess if you use too much powder or don't sift it well. Flavor-wise, it hits a slightly vegetal, seaweed-like note with mild sweetness and a touch of astringency in the finish. It's definitely drinkable on its own, especially if you appreciate more green flavors rather than dessert-like matcha. Where Jiuyu does reasonably well is in simple lattes. When mixed with warm milk, that sharp edge softens, and the umami becomes more pleasant and rounded. It brings enough flavor to stand up to dairy or oat milk without disappearing completely, but you may find yourself adding a bit of sweetener to balance the bitterness. Number 6. Jade Leaf Matcha Latte Green Tea Powder. The Jade Leaf Matcha, specifically the cafe-style sweetened latte mix. This one is designed for convenience more than ceremony. It's a lightly sweetened powdered blend that you just mix with hot or cold milk to create a cafe-style matcha latte at home. If you want something that's almost foolproof and tastes like what you'd get from a coffee shop, this is where Jade Leaf really shines. Flavor-wise, Jade Leaf's latte mix is incredibly approachable. The matcha flavor is present but soft, with a gentle earthiness and a hint of umami that doesn't overwhelm people who are new to green tea. The sweetness is already built in, so when you whisk or shake it with milk, you get a creamy, balanced drink with very little effort. It's particularly good iced, where that mild sweetness and smooth texture make it dangerously easy to sip throughout the day. Because it's formulated for lattes, this powder excels in texture and mixability. There's almost no clumping if you follow the simple instructions. Add powder, add milk, stir, or froth. You don't need a bamboo whisk or a sifter. A basic frother or even a spoon can get you a pretty decent drink. This makes Jade Leaf a great gateway for people who want to get into matcha without investing in a full traditional setup. But the trade-off is that this is not a pure ceremonial matcha, and that's why it doesn't climb higher on the list. 5. Aiya Authentic Matcha Green Tea Powder. This is a ceremonial-grade Japanese matcha from a company that's been producing tea since 1888. This one is all about tradition. It's 100% pure Japanese matcha, certified organic, gluten-free, non-GMO, and kosher, and it's blended specifically for whisking with hot water and drinking in its pure form. The moment you open the tin, the color sets it apart. A beautiful jade green that already signals a higher level of quality than the entry-level powders. When whisked properly, Aiya creates a fine, consistent foam and a silky body that feels much more luxurious on the palate. The flavor is where this matcha really starts to justify its price. There's a mild, natural sweetness, backed by a slight astringency from the tea catechins that keeps it from feeling one-dimensional. That gentle bitterness is not the harsh, aggressive kind. Instead, it balances the sweetness in a way that makes the overall cup feel sophisticated and satisfying. Sipped as usucha, Aiya is ideal for daily drinking. It's smooth enough that you don't immediately reach for milk or sweetener, and it has enough depth to keep you interested through the entire bowl. The umami is present but not overpowering, making it a great choice for people who want to explore higher quality matcha without jumping into the most expensive, competition-grade options. The sustained, calm energy from the combination of caffeine and L-theanine fits perfectly for long work sessions or study blocks. Number 4. Chamberlain Coffee Ceremonial Matcha Green Tea Powder. Chamberlain has quietly become a favorite among people who want both aesthetics and substance in their matcha. This is an organic ceremonial-grade matcha sourced from Shizuoka, Japan, a region with over 750 years of tea-growing tradition and a reputation as the green tea capital of Japan. The powder is stone ground from tencha leaves and is marketed as ceremonial grade A, 100% Japanese green tea. On first impression, Chamberlain's matcha looks gorgeous, a bright, vivid green that signals good chlorophyll content and careful shading. When whisked, it produces a creamy foam and a very smooth texture with almost no detectable grit. The aroma is nutty and earthy with a natural sweetness underneath, exactly the kind of scent that makes you slow down and enjoy the ritual. Emma Chamberlain herself has mentioned testing many matchas before landing on this one, describing it as smooth, nutty, and beautifully balanced. And that description is surprisingly accurate in the cup. The flavor profile is one of its biggest strengths. Chamberlain's matcha has a clean, slightly sweet, earthy taste with essentially no harsh bitterness, which makes it very easy to drink straight. There's a nice round umami that gives it depth, but it doesn't drift into overly marine territory, so even newer matcha drinkers tend to enjoy it. The energy boost feels calm and uplifting, ideal for mid-morning or early afternoon when you want focus without jittery edges. In terms of versatility, this one performs well across different preparations. 3. Matcha DNA Certified Organic Matcha Green Tea Powder. Matcha DNA leans hard into value and nutrition without sacrificing too much on flavor. Offered in larger tins, 8 to 16 ounces, this matcha is built for daily drinkers who go through a lot of powder and want something that's organic and antioxidant-rich. It's naturally packed with vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and EGCGs, making it an easy way to integrate matcha's health benefits into a routine without breaking the bank. In the tin, the color is a solid medium green, not as neon as the ultra-premium ceremonial options, but noticeably brighter than typical low-grade culinary matcha. When whisked, it forms a decent foam layer and a smooth enough texture for everyday sipping. The flavor profile is where it becomes clear that this is a versatile, everyday workhorse. There's a gentle earthiness, mild bitterness, and just enough umami to remind you you're drinking real matcha rather than flavored green powder. Straight, matcha DNA is best enjoyed as part of a daily ritual rather than a rare, special occasion bowl. It's perfectly drinkable, but not as sweet or refined as the very top ceremonial picks. Where it really shines is in mixed drinks, lattes, smoothies, and even baking. Because you get a good amount of powder, it doesn't feel painful to toss a generous teaspoon into a morning shake or use it in recipes for matcha pancakes or energy balls. From a health standpoint, this matcha is positioned strongly. The high antioxidant content, amino acids, and EGCGs mean you're getting that sustained energy and potential metabolic and cardiovascular support often associated with quality green tea. Number 2. Midori Spring Japanese Ceremonial Matcha Powder. Midori Spring, specifically known for its emerald grade that has gained a loyal following among matcha enthusiasts. Midori Spring takes quality control seriously. Their powders are stone or microground, sourced only from some of the finest Japanese farms, and run through third-party testing for heavy metals, radiation, molds, toxins, and pesticides. That level of rigor immediately sets it apart for anyone concerned about purity as well as taste. The first thing you notice with Midori Spring Emerald is the color. A beautiful, bright green that almost glows, signaling high-quality shade-grown leaves with strong chlorophyll levels. When sifted and whisked, it produces a velvety, cohesive foam and an exceptionally smooth texture. There's very little grit on the tongue, and it feels luxurious in the mouth even when prepared simply with hot water. Flavor-wise, Midori Spring stands out. The taste is rich and slightly nutty, with well-rounded matcha flavor, hints of cashew-like nuttiness, and a balanced interplay of umami, mild bitterness, and natural sweetness. Reviewers often note that it holds up beautifully as both a latte and as yusucha, which is not always the case. Many matchas excel at one or the other, but not both. The aroma is inviting, with a deep green, almost creamy character that makes the whole experience feel premium. One of the big strengths of Midori Spring is that it truly works as an all-day matcha. In the morning, it delivers a clean, steady energy that supports focus and productivity without the crash. In the afternoon or evening, some people even use their roasted blends, like hojicha, for a calming effect. 1. Matcha Kari Green Tea Powder. Matcha Kari Green Tea Powder, the product of a collaboration between matcha experts and Dr. Andrew Whale, built around decades-long partnerships with renowned tea growers in Japan. Matcha Kari positions itself as a kind of official supplier of authentic matcha green tea online, and its focus is very clear. High-quality, farm-direct Japanese matcha that delivers on both flavor and wellness. From the moment you open the container, Matcha Kari makes a strong impression. The powder is a vivid emerald green, one of the most reliable visual indicators of premium quality in matcha. That brightness comes from meticulous pre-harvest shading and the use of fine tencha leaves with high amino acid content. When whisked, it forms a lush froth and a silky, almost creamy body that feels incredibly refined on the palate. The flavor is where Matcha Kari really earns the top spot. It's slightly sweet, grounding, and deeply satisfying, with an umami richness that never drifts into unpleasant bitterness. Users frequently describe it as magical, with a fresh, vibrant profile that tastes amazing both straight and as a latte. Unlike many matchas that seem designed primarily for milk drinks, Matcha Kari feels rooted in traditional preparation first, and then happens to also make an outstanding latte when paired with something like coconut milk. In terms of energy and wellness, this matcha checks every box. Because matcha involves consuming the whole tea leaf in powdered form, you get concentrated antioxidants, including catechins like EGCG, along with L-theanine for calm focus. Final thought. That's all for today, folks.